My name is Samuel Flynn. I'm the co-founder and chief exec at Hands In. What we do is split payments, splitting payments across multiple cards for a single transaction, and for the first time ever, allowing groups of people to check out simultaneously together at your favourite travel retail websites. So in my time at university, the biggest issue amongst me and my friends was splitting payments. Whether it be going to a nightclub and ordering a bunch of drinks, coming back completely drunk and wanting to order something on Deliveroo, the biggest issue was always in the upfront at checkout, because at checkout you can only pay with one form of payment typically at one given time. So I thought there must be a better way to do this for people, and decided to build Hands In by providing split payment solutions at the checkout. And along that journey, pretty much straight after university, I gave myself kind of a mini gap year to figure out how I build this business. I'm naturally a sales and commercial guy, so I know I needed to find a technical co-founder. I found that in a brilliant individual by the name of Raul Patel, and we decided to build this business together. What we did initially was raise some money. We signed a client, a big travel agent in Ireland. That case study led us sign an airline, and then from there we started to expand out different products and services within the split payments arena that's led us to where we're at today. Very good question. It's definitely something I have battled with. I would say most young people are probably not under, completely self-inflicted as well, the pressure I am. I don't think I've lived a normal 20-something-year-old life, but what I would say is if the business is having a bad day, I personally don't need to have a bad day. And if I'm personally having a bad day, the business doesn't as well. And doing this type of thing, it is stressful. You need a high stress tolerance and resilience level. But at the end of the day, I always go back to my why when I'm in those dark moments, or maybe I'm experiencing challenges of what is it I want to achieve and my ambitions, and that always draws me back to center and then gives me the ammunition to get up the next day. So I think the most challenging leadership lesson, when I started the business, I wasn't a CEO, I was a chief everything officer. I was doing product, sales, finance, marketing, you name it, I was doing it. And very quickly you realize as a founder, that's not scalable. So you have to go out there, delegate, and hire the right people that can control those functions so that you can execute and spearhead the business. But when you're doing everything for so long, and what I was doing in the early days was exactly that, sometimes when you bring people in, you almost need to kind of divorce yourself from that individual operation within the business, which for me, I felt a challenge because I'm an ambitious, courageous individual and I feel that I can do literally anything, right? But that's not always the case to build something scalable and sustainable. So for me, that element of detaching myself from certain operations of the business as we scaled and grown, and hiring great individuals have helped me do that, has probably been my biggest challenge to date. Hands In has raised about 1.2 million US dollars to date. I'm very blessed to have some fantastic investors, but my advice to people out there is investors are like when you get stung by a bee or a wasp. I don't know what particular animal it is, or creature, or whatever you call them, but when you get stung by them and you kill that wasp, normally their mates come back, right? Investors are the same. If you get one really good one, they're normally in a club and a league that have access to several others. And if you can prove yourself with one, it's likely you can prove yourself with others. So it becomes a compounding domino effect. But you absolutely have to be really due diligent around who you talk to, who you engage with, because in business there's unfortunately some sharks out there. So you need to have a good self-awareness level as to who you're talking to. Are they legitimate? Are they the right fit? And most importantly, I would advise when you're taking on capital, don't just take money, take on strategic capital, people that can come into the business and actually help you grow it. I'm blessed to have investors like David Parker, David Birch, Samuel Solomon, who are all actively helping Hands In grow and prosper into the business that it needs to be. Yes, so I am naturally a commercial salesperson. Growing up in my area, Essex, I think every Essex boy truly at heart is a fantastic salesperson. So with that, I knew, even if I didn't necessarily have the actual work experience, because my work experience is just this, I haven't actually worked a normal job until running the business of Hands In. With that drive that I had around who I was as a person, I realized very quickly, building a technical business, I needed to find a technical co-founder, and that person was Raul Patel. And The types of traits that I wanted in my co-founder as my first real hire was someone who's young, ambitious and driven like me, but really is a specialist within their field. So Raoul can take care of the tech part of the business, I can take care of the sales and the commercial part of the business. And then what you want to do when you hire is delegate yourself out of the business. So if I'm chief sales officer now, well, I need to bring in maybe a commercial director who can control that function of the business. If I'm on the phones doing cold calls and business development activities at conferences, do me now in my position, do I always need to do that? No. So I hire myself out of the business, and the same applies on the tech side. So last year we launched with our biggest client, Air Europa. They're one of the largest airlines in Europe. And with them we've delivered over $20 million in incremental sales. This case study is now really starting to open ourselves up to the rest of the travel and aviation industry. And hopefully very soon I'll be able to announce a few tier ones in certain markets that everyone knows. When you look up in the sky, you'll know exactly who those guys are very, very soon. So I'm incredibly excited around this.